Shalom, giving all praises, all glory, all honors unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders, of great millstone. Peace and blessings to the 144,000, the rest of the hopeful elect. This is the priest, Josiah Warren for GMS Atlanta. Back with another edifying video. And news and prophecy continues. There's always something going on in the news pertaining to Bible prophecy. And we're coming into a week of the year 2025, which is the hopeful year of deliverance, destruction, and judgment on Esau. And Lord willing, that deliverance takes place. But before that happens, there has to be destruction and judgment. And part of that is Bible prophecies that pertain to the downfall of this world, this society, Babylon the Great, and a lot of people being destroyed. So this is from the Associated Press, and it says, first U.S. bird flu death is announced in Louisiana. So the last few days last few lessons I've been speaking on the growing threat of pestilence, all right, outbreaks, illnesses, diseases that have been hitting around the world, but especially here in the Great Babylon, right here in the U.S. And now the first bird flu death is announced. So it says the first U.S. bird flu death has been reported. A person in Louisiana who had been hospitalized with severe respiratory symptoms. And that's how a lot of these illnesses are being spread through the air. They have flu-like symptoms, respiratory problems. So look forward to people having these flu-like symptoms and viruses in the near future, because it's a part of Bible prophecy, all right? State health officials announced the death on Monday, and the CDC and prevention, all right, which the CDC is for, as it says, prevention of illnesses, diseases. It says confirmed it was the nation's first due to bird flu. Now I remember going back, maybe 15, 20 years or so, bird flu was just known as the avian flu. And it only affected birds, livestock birds. I know telling they might bring back mad cow disease, which affected livestock. So now they're saying that it has been affecting humans. And who knows how that happened? It could be Esau. But nevertheless, this is where we're at in 2025. Health officials have said the person was older than 65, had underlying medical problems, and had been in contact with sick and dead birds in a backyard flock. And I spoke on this before, actually, but they hadn't passed on yet. They also said a genetic analysis had suggested the bird flu virus had mutated inside the patient. It's definitely has Esau's red hand all over this, which could have led to the more severe illness. So there's no telling how this illness is going to affect other people in the public, Since March, 66 confirmed bird flu infections have been reported in the U.S., but previous illnesses have been mild, and most have been detected among farm workers exposed to sick poultry or dairy cows. So that's the news on that. Hold on. It says a bird flu death was not unexpected, virus expert said. There have been more than 950 confirmed bird flu infections globally since what, 2003. Remember, I said, I remember 20 years ago or more, that's when this thing really started to be spoken about. And more than 460 of those people died, according to the WHO. They said it has historically been a deadly virus. This is just a tragic reminder of that. So, I don't remember more than 20 years ago it affecting any humans. I could be wrong. But nevertheless, this pestilence is, according to the news, is already taken one person out, and it's affected a number of others. So we'll see how they play this out. Will it be a repeat of 2020? We'll see. Okay, let's go to the next article I have here. Now, this is major news from CNN. Powerful earthquake rocks remote region of Tibet and parts of Nepal, killing more than 120. So, death and destruction. We prophesied it. We told you on the New Year's Eve of destruction last week. More than 120 people have been killed after a powerful earthquake struck a remote region of Tibet on Tuesday morning, with tremors felt across the Himalayas and neighboring Nepal, Bhutan, and parts of northern India. The 7.1 magnitude quake struck at 9:05 a.m. local time at a depth of 10 kilometers and was followed by multiple aftershocks. And the depth of 6.2 miles, and this is according to the USGS. The energy unleashed by the tectonic movement toppled houses in remote Himalayan villages, rocked a nearby Tibetan holy city, and rattled visitors to a Mount Everest base camp. I guess those that climb the mountain. Its epicenter, located in Tingri County, high on the Tibetan plateau, was close to the border with Nepal, around 50 miles north of the world's highest mountain. At least 126 people were killed and 188 others were injured in the quake, according to state broadcaster China Central Television. More than 3,600 houses were damaged, it said. And you notice whenever there's like a major natural disaster, the Lord is always taking out them heathen over there, overseas, in hundreds and thousands of numbers. That's letting you know that by the time the Lord really brings his judgment over here to America, there's going to be all kinds of wicked people being destroyed left and right. But I just find it interesting. It's always the heathen. The Lord be jacking the heathen up, man. Cyclones and mudslides and severe storms and earthquakes. The Lord be jacking these heathens up. So it's about time that he starts getting at Babylon the Great and, Jacob's trouble, you Israelites. You get your issue with the Lord. So let me get a precept. And we know the scriptures, right? Matthew 24. But, you can never go into the prophecies enough. This is what it's about. Bible prophecy. And that's my channel. Great Millstone, the spirit of prophecy. So that's what we get into. These are the words of Yahweh Shai himself. Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences, right? The bird flu has claimed its first victim here in the U.S. And earthquakes, that major earthquake in Tibet that I literally just read, in diverse places, different places all around the world. Things are happening, man. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So this is the Heavenly Father really giving the green light for things to let loose concerning destruction and judgment. And may it be more chariot sightings that shake you people up, but that give hope to the elect. All right, so we can be delivered. All right. So now the MOTB update for today as well. More prophecy. The next major prophecy that is to take place. Right? Now we've been telling y'all about the MOTB being tied into these digital IDs, and that the charagma, the mark in Revelation 13:16, is a physical device to be cut under your skin, implanted under your skin, right? And what does it say? And he calls us all. Matter of fact, let me get that. Okay, Revelation 13, and this ain't gonna be too long. Right, Revelation, I'm gonna get straight to the point. Revelation 13 and 16, and he calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, and free and bond, to receive, right? It says mark, but it's charagma, something physical, in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Right? Now, I believe, I want to get another translation. Here we go. Now, in the NIV, it says, it also forced all people, great and small. So people, not big nations, not small nations, not an embargo, not sin, in all shapes and forms. It forced all people, great and small, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their hand, their right hands or on their foreheads. And we know it means in, but it says forced, right? CSB. And it makes everyone, right? So causes all, forces, makes everyone. Here we go. This is what I wanted to get in the NLT. And he required everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave. In the AMP version, also he compels all. So basically, it's going to be mandatory. You're going to be forced to take it. Okay? Now this is from Biometric Update, dealing with the digital IDs. It says mandatory. When something is mandatory, it's something required, right? Let me see. Look up mandatory. Mandatory. Required by law or rules. Compulsory. Required by law or rules, compulsory. An example, wearing helmets was made mandatory for cyclists. Required by law or rule. Okay? So you have a mandatory digital ID for banking policy goes into effect in Ethiopia. Okay? Phase implementation begins in Addis Ababa. GMS, we here, the men of the Lord at Great Millstone. Right? We believe we're the men of the Lord. We believe we're the prophets. Being proven right. An Ethiopian government policy requiring the mandatory use of requiring. Isn't that what I read in the NLT? He required everyone. So for those of you Israelite groups out there that are naysayers and you like to play semantics with the scriptures, this ties in to causes all, making mandatory, requiring, right? And this is just a digital ID, but the digital ID is going to lead to what? It's going to lead to the implant. First, you have to have the infrastructure set up. Then you can give people the implant. An Ethiopian government policy requiring the mandatory use of the national digital ID otherwise known as FADA, and I've spoken on this dealing with Ethiopia before. Go back in my videos. For banking transaction, buying and selling banking transactions, such as the opening of a bank account. In order for you to have a bank account, you're going to have this digital ID in Ethiopia, known as the FADA. It says has gone into effect in the capital, Addis Ababa. According to authorities, the policy will be implemented in a phased manner between starting now, 2025, January, and December 31st, 2026. So it's a rollout. They're rolling it out now. All right? So what, for the next 2 years? So they could really come with the MOTB soon, in order to allow citizens who have not acquired the FADA ID the opportunity to do so. So if you haven't already got it, now they're making it mandatory. The FADA now has over 11 million registrations, and they want everyone to get it. Since January 1st, the measure has been effective in the capital market, Ethiopia reports. The policy will be extended to bank branches in other major cities of the country from July 1st, while a nationwide implementation is scheduled for January 1st, 2026. All bank account holders are required to link their accounts with the FADA ID by December 31st, 2026. The government says the policy is part of efforts to incorporate the digital ID into all aspects of nation life, thereby making access to important services easier. Specifically, the move aims to improve financial inclusion, small and great, rich and poor, everyone's going to have to get it. Enable banks to better verify their customers, tracking and data, right? So as to reduce banking fraud and to ensure data security and make transactions more secure. GMS was always right when it comes to the MOTB, Bible prophecy, and with that, hope you were edified. So, like I said before, keep your eyes on this prophecy and these digital IDs, the implants, and 2025, continue to be on point, So with that, hope this is edifying. Shalom.